There you go. All right. Welcome. Happy Monday. Right after an eclipse. Feeling a little bit the effects of it. Well, if you are here with us, welcome. If you are joining us from YouTube, you can interact with comments, and we welcome questions and kind comments. Throw comments you can keep to yourself. Thank you. Well, welcome. So Monday we start the week with the set the pace, and that's a way for us to set the pace for the day and for the week, maybe for the month. We've been talking about microbiome and health and microbiome reset. We do a few challenges, 30-day challenges through the year. We had our first one on metabolism. We call it the Metabolism Reset. We had incredible success and results with a lot of our clients, and it was a 30-day challenge. So we are doing it again, but in a different topic, which is it's all connected. But we're doing it with the Microbiome Reset, which is a cleanse and restore for 30 days as well. So in all of us on this call, so I have all my friends and partners here. We have Christina, Teddy, Carla, DJ, Gabby, and Dr. Gabby's here for the first time. And so she's been, we've been working together for the past 6 years, and she is finally here for this year. She's been really busy, but I'm excited that she said yes to be here with us. So without any further ado, I want to introduce Dr. Gabriela. So Dr. Gabby has been researching specifically in the area of cancer in Brazil for over 20 years. So the work that she's done has been significant for one of the major universities in Brazil. And she ended up getting a diagnosis of cancer herself. And so it became a passion. She's a big advocate for you being able to go through the whatever situation is. We don't even want to call it disease because it is just a temporary status, right? But go look at her, right? So that's something that we've been talking about, and you can go through it feeling okay, feeling good. Gabby feels good. And I think the way the industry has portrayed what that disease looks like is very different for each person. But we want to advocate for people being able to have access to tools where they can feel good through their healing process. So Gabby is a super example of that. And she is very passionate about the junction, the fusion of the two worlds of the foundational medicine and what we do here with natural medicine. And we call that foundational medicine. We used to call it before we still call it, right? People talk about holistic and functional. Then we talked a whole lot about this through the pandemic. And we created a protocol, Dr. Carla, Dr. Guy, and we kind of modified it a little bit just in the past couple of weeks to fit what we're doing this month. And we call it foundational medicine. So, and then I'm going to share some of the slides with you. And so, Dr. Gabby, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure to be with you today. Thank you so much.
Yes, so I'm going to go ahead and share the slides for everybody to look at the materials that we have. Let me open that for you. There it is. So first, Gabby, do you want to talk a little bit about your experience so far with how you've been doing? She leads the head of the medical board that we have in doTERRA in Brazil. So she does a lot of research with the essential oils, right?
Yeah. First of all, I would like to talk a little bit about how I really discovered the foundational medicine in my life. Indeed, it was when I was passing through the cancer that I realized that we had available a kind of a different approach in Brazil. And then I discovered an entirely new world because it changed everything that I could even think about disease and healing and the healing process. So when I discovered this foundational medicine, and I studied a lot about it when I started to my process of healing, as I prefer to say, immediately I thought about that we could do it with essential oils. It was just an immediate connection, and then I started to think, how could we detoxify, how could we disinflame, how could we lead with stress with essential oils. And then I realized that we had the most powerful tools to deal with the most important process in our biology, the most important process for our health and not for our disease. Because I always want, I like to think in health, not in disease. But even when we have uh, some kind of disease, or a process toward a disease, we still can do this, we still can think the same way. We have to treat the cause, we have to go to foundation of health. We have to go to foundational medicine. So I think it's really, really, really a great time to change the way everybody thinks about healing, about health, and about disease. We need to look at this, and we need to understand that we have to lead with the fundamental process of our body, because we have our body has an amazing self-regulatory ability. But what we have to do is to give our body the right conditions to do it. So it's really a time, the time to change this way, the way everybody thinks about it. This is how I think. I'm really passionate about it, and I think we have the most important things that we can in our hands, and everybody can do it by yourself. And this is really important. We are responsible for our health, and we have the right things in our hands to do it.
It's amazing. Now that you're talking about foundational health, maybe I'll share a little bit about Dr. Watts and the training we had with him just recently. And that's when I brought it to Dr. Gabby. And she was like, yeah, we've been doing this for years now, since they built the foundation of life, is what we call protocol. And what his story was, he's a doctor, then became a functional medicine doctor, had a clinic. And in his clinic, functional medicine is very individualized. And yes, there's a place for that. So he looked at the patients as each person very individual, right? So then he was like, well, I want to create something that's foundational. So foundational is it's for everybody. So what he did was he got the patients to go on the foundational protocol, which includes supplementation. We're going to talk about it today. And what happened, he said, I created a business against myself, because I had the patients be well just with the foundation. So they didn't really have to do the individualized processes, right? So, which is brilliant. Then that's when I was like, oh my gosh, we've been doing this for years. So the idea of this, and also when we're going to show you the cleanse and restore, is this is foundational. You should clean up your system every once in a while, right? And just like the engine of a car, we talked about metabolism in January and February, and you want to be able to look at your body as like the engine of a car, your metabolism, for example. You don't want it to keep accelerating and braking, right? So you're going to wear and tear the engine much faster. So you want to be able to have this kind of like even cue, like cruising type of health, right? That it doesn't spike, that doesn't drop. So you want to have a leveled at the best of our ability. Obviously, you can't control it 100% of the time, but if you keep doing this that we're teaching, and this is free information. Dr. Gabriela has courses all over the place. She gets paid to do this, and she's here today with us out of her heart to share the knowledge that she has. So, Gabby, thank you again. So let's start with the cleanse and restore. Go ahead.
Should
Can you,
should I speak right now?
you go. You go. Uh-huh.
So it's amazing that when we understand that our health truly manifests itself from the inside out. So it's foundational, indeed. Uh, for me, one of the most important things is to detoxify our body, because everybody knows that we are exposed to trillions of toxins day by day, every day, since we were born, every day in everything we do. So when I realize, when I try to understand why we have such a peak of chronic disease, why these chronic diseases are so prevalent, I always think about that our environment has changed a lot. If we compare to the environment of our grandfather or grandmother, for example. And one of the most important things in this kind of situation is indeed the exposure of to toxins that happens every day. So it's really important to help our body to detoxify. And we have always to remember, as I said before, that our body has an amazing capacity of self-regulation. But indeed, we have to give it the right conditions to do it. So when we look to this toxic overload in our body, it has important consequences. Like, for example, inflammation, oxidative stress, and it causes an imbalance of hormonal imbalance, and so on. So for me, it's one of the most important things that we have to do. And it's really important to think about it, that we should help our body to detoxify, but it's crucial, it's fundamental that our like liver, intestine, colon, skin, kidneys, let me see, lymphatic system, all of these organs have to be open for it. They have to be working well. Otherwise, we cannot detoxify. So the first thing that we should do, it's really open or regulate these detoxifying organs. Let me say like this, and we know that we can do it also with some supplements and essential oils. So if we have to start with one single thing, I would start with detoxifying, helping our body to detoxify. This is the real thing. And maybe we have do want to complement some, because we have many possibilities to use to help our body to detoxify. We have the endocrine system. We have important things right here. I'll talk about it. It's just a little bit because I'm anxious.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
So
The best.
when we look to this doTERRA wellness lifestyle, let's see where is toxicity. Indeed, we have nutrition and digestion, movement and metabolism, rest and manage stress, and then reduce toxicity. That I consider one of the most important things. But all of these things here are really crucial, fundamental to our health. So if we don't have a proper digestion and nutrition, of course we don't have the nutrients that are necessary to build everything that we need to work well. We need nutrients to make proteins. We need nutrients to make neurotransmitters. We need nutrients to everything in our body. So sometimes we only look to nutrition and we forget digestion. But the thing here is, if we don't have a proper digestion, we are not absorbing the necessary nutrients for our health. So they need to be together. Nutrition, a good nutrition with a good digestion. And so we have the building blocks to have a good health. This is the point here. Movement and metabolism are also important for our health. Of course, movement is important for everything, as we know, and metabolism is one point that I also look as a crucial point to our health. There's something like this: we can lead, we can heal all of the chronic disease if we heal our metabolism. It's a fundamental process. Through it, we produce ATP, that is our energetic molecule, fundamental to all the processes in our body. So movement and metabolism also must be together. And then, of course, we have to manage stress. Stress is one of the most important things when we think about immunity, when we think about our global health. Stress is an epidemic. It's an epidemic worldwide. And we know very well that unmanaged or high levels of stress compromise the functioning of our immune system. So it's a very important point. And also, it's really important for everybody to have time for resting every day. Is also as important as movement. We also have to rest. We have to be in silence. We can meditate. Everybody can choose what is best for anyone. But rest is also a crucial point for self-regulating. So we cannot forget it. And sometimes in our society, many people forget to have some period of day for resting. And I also talk a little bit, it's one of the most important things here, reduce toxicity. And we're going to talk more about toxicity because of the protocol Cleanse and Restore, Reset the Microbiome. So we are going to talk a little bit more of these important points.
Yeah. So when you're talking about rest and managing stress, we are going to go a little bit further, a little deeper into this topic next month because of the latest studies that have been done. And Dr. Carla and I and Christina and Teddy were at this training. I shared a little bit with Dr. Gabby, but it is revolutionary. So basically, to summarize everything that we've learned about rest and managing stress through a system that we call the Serenity Sleeping System that DJ is testing right now, him and his lovely wife, Gentry, and she absolutely loves it. And they explained, just to give an overall idea, the biomarkers, right? So when you take the Serenity Sleeping System, basically you age backwards. That's the reverse the clock thing. So you need to sleep to be able to keep the aging process from becoming too fast. And they had the brain age, the marker for the biomarker for the brain, the aging of the brain. And one study showed that it went back almost like 7 years.
Yeah, with 7 years.
Like what?
Amazing.
You can go back 7 years in your brain age by sleeping well in the system. It was like mind blowing, right? So we're talking about biological age versus chronological age. And so this is a way for us to reverse the clock. And the toxicity reduction is connected to it too. So when I showed this slide here before, and one of the things that I want to also bring is, you see the wild orange. If you were in a in-person class with us, because we do this. We do a few workshops throughout the month. Carla and I that were here on island together, and Christina does it, Teddy does it, Gabby does it in all of our different places where we live, and you have the chance to feel it. And so I feel that everything that we're doing right now is for us to be able to feel. Instead of numbing, we make sure that we feel, right? Carla is a psychologist educator. That's something that she touches on all the time. So anything that we do is going to be connected to, yes, the scent and the aromas of the essential oils, but not just that. The connection that we have with the limbic system that connects, basically controls everything, especially emotions, right? So when you put these essential oils are edible, so this is a different grade. Do not go out of here and be like, hey, I saw on a live that I can drink orange oil, and go to a store and buy it and put in your water. Don't do that. Okay. So you need to know the source. And this is an edible grade that we have. Okay. So you can do ingestion with it. So wild orange is why it's being shown here when it's connected to reducing toxic load is if you have a lot of plugins or if you use a lot of aerosols in your bathrooms, really stop and do a small Google search on the ingredients of those products and what happens when you inhale them, especially perfume. I know we love perfume, you love smelling good, but there are other ways of you doing it. In fact, we're going to have a workshop here soon called Pure Fume. So you can build your own based on your own chemistry that not only it smells good, but it's good for you, right? So you can do this intelligent cosmetics that we call it for you to be able to get the benefits without harming yourself, right? So this is important. So that's why this light was here. And wild orange, any other citrus, they're very similar. In the protocol that Dr. Gabby and Carla and Dr. Guy built, we use lemon essential oil. And we're going to talk a little bit more about it as we go through the slides. Okay. All right, Gab, thank you. Let's go next one. The slides are a little bit slow. It's the eclipse, I swear.
Yeah.
Things are going really slow today, and I'm okay. I'm working on my patience.
Do I continue right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we have very good news for everybody here because we can, as I already said before, support vital organs and protective process through a healthy lifestyle. We can also participate ourselves in detoxification process. And of course, as we already said, it's fundamental to minimize exposure to toxins as much as we can. I know it's not 100% possible, but we are able to do more appropriate choices. So we have to think about the things that we choose to eat, to smell, to put on our skin, and so on. So we always can do better choices to our health. And this is a kind of thing, that we can do a daily. I don't remember how to do this one, but
I have a recipe.
you have.
I'm
the
going to
recipe
share.
because I don't remember, but we can do it to start helping our detoxification process. I like always to reinforce that we are helping our body in this self capacity because it's our body that is going to detoxify because it does it since since always, and we are just helping to do it better right now because we already talked a little bit about it. We have toxins everywhere, and so today we have to help our body in this natural capacity because we
So
are
I
having.
have, Gabs, I think Carla has a juice blend that she can share. She also has a
Okay, good,
recipe
very
book.
good.
You have a recipe book that's out right now also, right?
Yeah,
It's on
yeah.
Amazon?
It's
How
on
do you find it?
Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, and on my website. You can buy it. It's there is a lot of different recipes, powerful ones.
Yes.
For
So
sure.
what do you put in a juice blend?
So for the detox one specifically,
Yeah.
so
One
what I
recipe.
usually do, cilantro. People don't like cilantro a lot though, but cilantro is a very powerful, plant. But you can put spinach, which there is no much flavor, and lime, or lemon, whatever you have there. I love to put coconut water instead of water because it sweetens, so you don't need to put any sugar, and there is fat. There is a lot of good things on the coconut water. It's a good electrolytes, natural electrolytes. Another powerful detoxing thing is cucumber, which actually there's not much of a flavor. Some people say, I don't like cucumber. And it's very interesting because sometimes I do. And people, please don't put cucumber. I hate cucumber. And I put on the juice and they don't even taste it. Because it's much more water. And in order to, if you like sweet things, if you're a very powerful green juicer, you can only do the greens. You can put a green apple, or you can put pineapple with green apple, because pineapple is very sweet. So it kinds of makes it sweet, and it tastes wonderful.
And it has bromelain,
Yes.
right? Like
Yeah.
I love pineapples. So one of the oils that we used in one of the recipes that we have, and I say that it tastes like chicken bouillon, which is funny. It's celery seed essential oil. So if you have
Wonderful.
celery seed essential oil that we have from doTERRA, it is very interesting. Like the first time I smelled it, I'm like, this smells very familiar. And then it took me right back to my grandmother's kitchen. So it smells like that, and it tastes a little bit like that too. So if you want to sub for in your broth, when you use chicken broth or vegetable broth, that is a good sub in your recipes. But also for juicing, it's an awesome essential oil.
It
You know
is.
how the celery juice became super popular, right? The
Mhm.
celery juice in the morning. So there are a lot more other properties with the essential oil because of the power of the essential oils, right? They're anywhere from 50 to 80% more powerful than herbs or the food itself. So you get a lot more benefits. So one note here on the juice blend is this sometimes we I don't have time to do the juicing a lot of the times. So that's why I do like having the supplements as well, just to bridge the gap. Okay, so for busy people, you're like, I don't have time to juice. There's a brand called Suja, and that's from San Diego. Where I got to meet the owner. He's a friend of a friend, and it's a great um, brand for green juice. But if you don't have time or if you don't do it, if you bridge the gap with supplements, that's why I'm so passionate about taking supplements.
Wonderful.
So
Yeah.
if you take what you need as far as supplements go, you already have everything filled up as far as like cellular nutrition, then you don't have to worry so much about having to do all these things. And I say it from a place of being a mom of three. Sometimes we joke about it. We're like, I don't have time to go to the bathroom. But sometimes it's true. Like some of the days are a little bit crazy. So if I know that I filled myself with good things in the morning, that's what I do. I just take all my supplements before I work out. It works different for different people. Some people have to eat before they do it. I do empty stomach and I'm totally fine with it. So you see what works for you. But then I don't feel like I'm lacking through the day, you know? So I'm like, I got enough. I'm good. Like I'm filled up. I want to ask Christina because she's also a mom. How does it work for you to take the supplements?
Well, you're right. It's almost like when you take the supplements and you're like go go go. You don't have that feeling of drainage after a while. Like after your day goes, after so long, you start to feel drained or your energy starts lacking. And I find that when I'm making sure that I'm supplementing myself with the lifelong vitality pack and more, that I don't have that experience midday. And it also, again, helps me stay hydrated, which sometimes I'm not as easy to go to a cup of water. So it's helpful When you're taking these multivitamins and just kind of keeping it in the front of your brain, you're aware of your health, and you're making sure that you're keeping up on that too. And like I said, health is wealth, and we all each need to make that personal decision when it's time to take control. And that's really what it is.
Yeah, it's powerful.
It is. So my recommendation is do your supplements in the morning. There are a few things that we would recommend to do in the afternoon with the cleanse. But again, life happens. I think that's my favorite sentence this month. But life happens. So when that happens, make sure that you do it in the morning, and then you do it again at nighttime when you're home. Then you're good to go. And if you didn't do it in the afternoon, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You're like, oh, I didn't do it. Do it at night. It's totally fine. Right? Just get something in there.
Yeah.
But morning and night at least. If you are able to remember to do it in the afternoon, awesome. That's extra brownie points. No brownies like vegan brownies or whole food brownies. No sugar brownies.
No, vegan one.
Okay? So just make sure you get it in there. Yeah, like Chef Carla's gonna be here with us too. Another Carla. She's a vegan raw chef, and she's gonna come on and give us another recipe. She did it last time, and she's gonna do it again. So going into Dr. Gabby, do you want to elaborate a little bit on the G-Exorcist? I think this is one of your favorites.
Me? Okay. There's another important point here, because we are talking about our digestive tract. For me, is the most important one. We have always to look at our intestine, for example. We will talk about it a little bit later, but we have to remember that we have trillions of microorganisms that live inside our body, mostly in our digestive tract. So as we were talking a little bit earlier, we have to start this protocol to be in our better health by helping our digestive tract or our body in this detoxifying process. So we have, for example, the GX Assist, that is a system where we have important essential oils and caprylic acid. So here we have a kind of support to start cleansing our intestine, and also cleansing our digestive tract as a whole, but mostly our intestine, the colon mostly. We have, so one of the most important things I think about caprylic acid is that it helps to, for example, kill fungus. Is fungus that we say in English? Is it right?
Fungus, yeah.
Sometimes I forget the word.
It is.
Yeah. So and we have important essential oils like oregano, we have tea tree, we have lemongrass, peppermint, and we have thyme. And for me, these kind of and these oils are really, really important also for our microbiota, our intestinal microbiota. So we have essential oils here that help with our immune system, and we have to remember that most of our immune system, the most important and mostly of it is connected, is in our intestine. So about 80% of immune cells are located in our intestine. So we when we talk about intestine, we have to talk. We are actually talking about microbiome or microbiota, and also about immune system. And also the intestine is another organ that participates in the detoxifying process. So it is fundamental to our health. And it's, as Dr. Carla studies also, it is connected to our brain. So our intestine is called our second brain, or for some researchers, it is the first one, not the second, because it's crucial for the global health. Because
Yeah.
what happens in the intestine affects the global health, not only the intestine. So GXSS is a tool that we can use to start this protocol of cleansing the digestive tract, cleansing the intestine, and helping also the microbiota, because these oils, particularly oregano, lemon, also melaleuca tea tree, peppermint, all of them, we have some scientific, how do we say, I,
They-
I forgot the word in English.
Evidence. You can speak in Portuguese.
We can have
Translate.
Evidences.
evidence. Yeah.
Evidences. We have scientific evidence that these oils can also help to maintain our microbiota. It helps also in situations when we have a kind that is called dysbiosis. Is it right, the word?
Yes.
So without they, all of them can help also as this kind of situation. So it is really, really important. It's a tool that maybe we can consider as the first step in this protocol of detoxifying, of resetting the microbiome.
Yeah, and Dr. Gabby, we have talked extensively about oregano, right? We've done protocols with it, and it's important that we remind everyone: do not put oregano directly in your mouth,
Please.
or on your skin, or anywhere in your body. Look at DJ; he's like, "Oh, good to know," because he was about to do that. He's like, "I love oregano microbiota." What?
You're gonna see me shake it right here in my bag.
Yeah.
Don't
Yes,
do that.
The
it's really
terra essential oil of oregano is not comparable to any other that you'll find in the
Yes.
store.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Valid point.
It's
And
powerful,
here,
guys.
yeah. And I forgot to say here that when we think about microbiome, intestinal microbiome, we are also thinking about immune system, because they talk with with each other. Our microbiome instructs our immune cells. So this is another point, and another important point that we have to consider.
Totally. And this, the GX Assist, we only use for 10 days. And when we do protocols with oregano essential oil, we also do it only for 10 days. And then you give it a break, because of the power of, even when you drop a drop of lemon on the glass and you drop a oregano drop, you see how dense the oregano is compared to a citrus that's super light. So it's a heavy molecule, right? So oregano also is very spicy. That's why we said don't put directly in your mouth or directly on your skin. Always dilute it with a vegetable oil. We love to use the fractionated coconut oil that doesn't clog pores, and it's a great carrier oil. But if you're eating it, I would say with olive oil. So I just sent a little recipe to DJ and Gentry of how to do flavored drizzle olive oil. I've seen now in supermarkets, they call it the drizzle olive oil. They charge you 3 times more than the regular olive oil. You can do this for cents. Okay, literally, it costs you cents to do it. You just flavor the olive oil, and you leave it on your table in a glass bottle. Don't use plastic, and you have a drizzle olive oil that's super full of benefits right there for you, full of antioxidants. Another important thing about GX Assist. Okay, I'm a big fan of GX Assist. When we have something that's going on in the house, and I feel like, hey, we need to bring out some big guns here to get rid of this, we go to GX Assist. My kids can swallow, so if your kids can swallow, it might be a tool for you, because they put everything in their mouth, and they don't wash their hands as often, right? Even if you're on top of them all the time, wash your hands. They're like a dirt ball every day. If you look at my boys, they're that's how it should be. But enteric coated soft gels too. So enteric means that it is able to survive the gastric juices in your stomach, and it makes its way all the way down into the intestines, and you want that. There is another product that we have in doTERRA called peppermint, the enteric capsules, and it goes all the way to the small intestines. So it's a game changer. I've been working, and Carla does too, because she's a nutritionist. We work with people that have complained of sensitivities and situations that they've had with their gut for years, and we start them with the peppermint enteric soft gels, the capsules, and it's amazing. It's amazing what it does, and it's only peppermint. It's peppermint that goes all the way down to your intestines. It's a different delivery system. So if there's something going on with your gut that it might be related to what we're talking about, this can be life saving for a lot of people. Okay, because sometimes I've had people that couldn't stay in a restaurant. If they would eat something, even if they say, well, I'm intolerant to all of this, you're still in a restaurant environment, so they had to get up and go. They had to leave, right? So there are extreme situations like that. So it's really life changing. So socially speaking, I have this one friend of mine. She would not come out to eat and stuff because she was so afraid that something was going to happen. So the enteric peppermint was game changer for her. So really, really powerful.
Yeah, it's amazing because we have many scientific evidences about peppermint. For example, in conditions like we call SIBO, that is when we have an overgrowth of bacteria in the small intestine.
Yeah.
And we have really, really amazing evidences that peppermint is fantastic to treat SIBO.
Yeah, I was trying to be compliant, but hey, if this video takes down, it's fine. That was the situation. That was exactly that. So the PB Assist here shows this bottle, but it actually comes now with a Probiome, which is even more powerful. Okay, so we have, instead of the PB Assist, you have the Probiome, and Probiome, we've talked about it through the month of February here. It is a much more powerful formula, and this has a double encapsulation technology. So what that means is it delivers the strains all the way down to where you want it to go. So again, marketing is good for especially health products. So if they say 50 billion, right, whatever strains, they don't make it all the way through. They'll die in your gut. So it's really what gets delivered, not what it says on the bottle. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a really good probiotic. It's incredible. For kids, we have a powder one. Comes in a little stick, and it tastes like strawberry, and it's all natural flavor, strawberry fruit for real fruit, and it tastes like little candy. In fact, I forgot to tell you, DJ, you do have one in your box
Oh,
that I added there for Gentry, especially.
Perfect. I should bought more for me there.
yeah, right.
So if you have a little sweet tooth, that's
Perfect.
And we also have not only probiotic but prebiotic fibers, and also in the PB Assist. So we have good bacteria, and we have a fiber that will help to maintain this bacteria alive.
yeah, it's an amazing probiotic. And probiotics became really popular. So then, of course, I went on to do research and look at all then I asked, and I talked directly to the product department in doTERRA. I was like, so why don't we have 50 billion like other ones, right? And they were like, well, because that's marketing, and that's really not being delivered the way that it's supposed to be delivered. So once you understand that, I'm like, oh, got it. So it's in these small details, that we shine, and those are the small details that make a difference. For example, DDR Prime, I think that's a prime example of one of the oils in there is frankincense. Frankincense is a tree, and we have 4 different species of frankincense in one. And there's a few reasons for that. One is sustainability, so we don't take everything from one area only, but also because of the power of the 4 species together, different from just having one, right? The most popular one is Boswellia, and we used to be just that, and then they created the blend of the same species, which is one essential oil but different species. It's more powerful. So small details that make a difference.
And
Gabby,
we
this
have to remember that our health starts at the cellular level.
Yeah.
Everything happens at the cellular level. It is also important to have in mind that when we have a toxic overload, we also have inflammation and oxidative stress. And here we have a combination in the DR prime. We have a combination of essential oils that are really antioxidative. So we protect our organism against oxidative stress that a fundamental thing to our health, because when we produce molecules such as reactive species of oxygen and nitrogen, these molecules can react with our cells, with proteins, with lipids, with all sorts of macromolecules in our organism, and even with our DNA. And we have a kind of, how do I say, we have dano,
damage.
damage. Oh my God, I'm really forgetting. And so with this, we damage our DNA, we damage our cells, and of course our tissues. So another important aspect is when we in one phase of the detoxification process that happens in our liver in phase 2. Now, in first phase, we really have a high production of reactive molecules. So we need to protect our body, and we need to increase our antioxidative defense. So in these situations, we really need support against oxidative stress. It's really important. So everything here is really connected. So we have this.
Yeah, and then I was gonna say, Gab, this is actually your ultimate favorite, right? Because that was one of our first talks. You asked me, hey, is there anything like DNA connected to DNA health?
Yeah.
And DDR prime stands for that. It's DNA damage repair. That's what DDR stands for. So this is a powerful blend, extremely powerful.
Yeah.
And it's also a very spicy one because it has thyme in it, and the aioli, all kinds of different oils there that are a little bit more like a punch. So we have the blend, but in this protocol, we're using the soft gels. So you're just gonna take it like as capsules. But we do have the blend, the oil blend that you can use topically as well. So if you're gonna use it topically, you're gonna again dilute it with carrier oil.
Yeah.
And this one we don't have in Brazil, right, Gabby?
Oh, no, we don't have it in Brazil, but we have the Zendocrine with essential oils. And this is amazing because in this Zendocrine, in the system, we have 14 whole food extract, botanical extract, that really help with detoxification. So if we use, for me, when we combine this complex with Zendocrine, the other one with essential oils, we have a complete system also to help our body to detoxify. We always have to remember here that we are helping some organs that participate in the detox process, like the most important one, our liver, but also our intestines, the lungs, the skin, the lymphatic system. So the combination of essential oils of this endocrine and the whole food extracts of the others endocrine is completely powerful to help in this detox process, and also to support the organs that participate in this process.
Yeah, I love this blend right here, the Zendocrine. I know this is a soft gel, but we also have the oil, and the oil I use for dry brushing because that's also a practice that we do for detoxing, and that's part of what we use in the challenge too. So we have like little mini challenges inside the challenge, the 30-day challenge, because we do giveaways, and there will be some gifts in there. That part of it is connected to the dry brushing and the dry brush and the gua sha. So part of it is that. So little hint there, what you get as a gift. Here comes probably one of the most popular ones, huh?
I
The
love lemon. There's something that I could I would talk just a little bit about lemon and other essential citric essential oils. We have a very important molecule here that is limonene, and we know that limonene indeed increases or the expression or activity of enzymes that really participate in the detox process in our liver. So, like lemongrass, also we have, but limonene that is present in limonene and other essential citric essential oils indeed is important in this way. It really increases the activity or not. If it doesn't increase the activity, it can increase the expression of these enzymes. So it's real. Limonene and other that is present in lemon and other citric essential oils, they really help our body to detox.
It tastes so good. That's another thing. Another thing too, like I mentioned in the beginning, the wild orange, lemon, grapefruit, lime, when you inhale it, even just put a little drop in your hands and you inhale it, it is about not even 30 seconds that it hits your limbic system and it starts changing your chemistry for the better. Mm-hmm. They had another study done with yuzu citrus essential oil in Japan, and they tested in a group, like in a company, and they did it for like a month. They were diffusing it. The mistakes went down. They had less errors, and then when they stopped, the errors went back up. So it really helps with again, brain, right? Connected gut, brain. Yeah, I love lemon. And lemon comes from Italy. It is a Sicilian essential oil. And the story behind it is really cool because through they had a big recession in Italy, and the families that work in the orchards in Italy, they went to the city to find work because that type of work wasn't doing so well at that time. Then doTERRA came in and they were able to revive this because it's a tradition too, right? Sicilian lemon. So they were able to revive this movement of the lemon, and it even changed is it GDP? Can we say like that affects the entire country, financially speaking. So pretty incredible work done through the Sicilian lemon with doTERRA. And then here we have finally the Terrazyme. That's also one that me and Gabriel, we wish we had it in Brazil. So Brazil and other countries in doTERRA don't have access to a lot of the supplements. A lot of the supplements make it to different countries, but because of the regulation, sometimes we don't have access. But this is one that I wish that we can get in Brazil. It has 10 different enzymes there, and it is also a game changer, even outside of the protocol of doing a cleanse. So this is a daily thing, especially if you're over 30, right? When your enzyme bank is lower, or if not non-existent, depending on your lifestyle. So this is, I would say, one of the main superstars here. So this is the protocol. And if you have a doTERRA account in our group, so we have a challenge group in WhatsApp. And in the WhatsApp group, we post materials for you it's just one page for you to kind of do like a little check mark every day that you do the protocol, just if you don't have the habit of doing that daily. That's a way to build the habit. You just check mark, right? And that's a material that's a bit available in the group. We also have a 30-day meal plan that is optional, but I highly recommend people follow it, because then, you pair that 30-day challenge to, hey, I'm going to eat better, and you don't have to think because the recipes are already there in the ebook for you. Also, the grocery shopping list is all in there, so you can get ready to succeed through your challenge. Those are all optional, okay? So the mini challenges inside the challenge, also optional. But let's say that we're going to make sure that we get movement in as well, because that's all part of that, right? It's a lifestyle. And what a opportunity to do it with a group and do it for 30 days. That's going to be an end to it. but I really hope that something sticks. And what sticks, sticks. What doesn't. It's all good. We do it again. We have another challenge again for summer. Okay. So if you have a doTERRA wholesale account, you get the 25% off and you get free shipping with 100 PV orders. If you're not a doTERRA member yet, you can get, if you become a customer, wholesale customer, you can get a free diffuser, but you can also choose other gifts if you're new. Okay, so with 150 PV order, which the cleanse and restore is over that, you get either a diffuser or a set of toothpaste, which, it's toothpaste, but it's important because it's right in your mouth. So we're talking about toxicity. That's one of the things we're going to be educating on is switching and ditching and switching. Ditch what's toxic and switch to something natural. Toothpaste is one of them. And also there's a hand soap that's called Citrus Bloom with a beautiful glass pump. So you can choose that as well. So you can choose the gift that you want. Okay, and again, it's touching your hands, it's touching your skin. That's why we brought Camila to talk about intelligent cosmetics, because everything you put on your skin, technically, you should be able to eat, right? Because it's going into your system. So that's the idea. So reduce toxic load. As you learn, you switch and you ditch and you switch. Okay. So you have these gifts here, and then we have 3 types of membership. You have a customer that is just like you have a Costco membership. You're a customer, wholesale customer, you get access to 25% off. And you also have cash back. If you are a business account for Costco, you know that you have the 2% back. In doTERRA, you can get 10% back to start every month. And it goes all the way up to 30%. Okay, so the person that's helping you with your doTERRA journey can walk you through the whole, it's called LRP, which is the Loyalty Rewards Program. And that's the best way to get your product. Carla had $800 worth of points, right?
Yes.
If you didn't know. So I did say it, but sometimes it takes a few times for you to get it. So when I was training her and I was walking her through the back office, I was like, here are your points. You can exchange your points for product. But this has been like a year. And then we looked at it again. Let's look at your account again. She had $800 in there. That was a lovely surprise.
Yeah, well, good.
You're like, yes. So you get cash back as a customer, as a sharer as well. Sharers are the people that love the lifestyle and they have a referral link. Every customer has it actually. So if you are a customer of doTERRA, there is a refer a friend link that you copy, you send it to people. The cool thing is that they unlock 25% with your link. So you have to have that link to be able to get 25% off, and you get doTERRA dollars. So in your account, you get cash that you can use for your products. So that's a share. And we also have builders. Builders are us, like we're here, me, Teddy, Gabby, like all of us. We're entrepreneurs within the doTERRA system, and doTERRA is a partner. So we decided to partner with doTERRA for what they offer and the quality and of the products and the performance of the products. And that's something that when Carla started, when Gabby started, Christina is a biologist, Teddy had been into this lifestyle for a long time. That was something that called their attention. And what I've done and I keep on doing is I share, I let them experience it because it works. And then eventually they come and they start asking questions. Hey, how does it work? I want to be able to share this with other people. It's working for me. I want to share with others. That's what happened to me too. So I was a customer and then built my way up into becoming a sharer. And then eventually this was one of the gifts that life gave me so I could be with my children. And I love working with moms. So if you're a mother and you want to have a business where you have the flexibility, I hear a whole lot about having the freedom, right? Financial freedom, geographic freedom. If you have kids, really don't really have freedom. That's the truth. You have flexibility. So, and I like that, and I'm okay with that. But you have the flexibility, to turn on and off. You have the flexibility of this is the time that I'm here, and this is the time that I'm not. So having that flexibility is nice. So if you have questions, you can reach out to any of us or the person that's helping you with it. Okay. Dr. Gabby, thank you so much for sharing
Amazing.
and talking with us. I'm going to share one more thing with you that Gabby created with our friend Susanna. Also, Susanna Justus has been here. She'll be here soon again. But they created this, and then I tweaked it a little bit with our MetaPower system. But it's called the Foundation of Life. So this was created in the beginning of the pandemic, right, Gabby? Like 2020, end of 2020. I think that's when we did this. And so we already had the idea of foundation, and then now it's being talked about, right? So I feel like, yeah, so cool. So this is what Gabby created. This is let's say that because in Brazil we don't have all the supplements, right? This is what we created based on what we got in Brazil. So, and then of course the United States has all of it. This is an option as well, but if you are in the US and you have access to the supplements for the cleanse, I would say do the cleanse and restore. But if you're in a place where you have limited access to the supplements, this is a protocol that you can follow. Okay. And then we added the MetaPower Advantage there because of the nutritional value, but also because of the NMN in there, and collagen is connected to good health as well. We learned that with another Dr. Carla that was here talking to us about metabolism back in February. So this is the protocol that we have that could be an alternative. Okay. And again, what do you choose to plant, right? So whatever you're creating right now, in 20 years, your heart will be a completely different heart depending on what you're doing today. 20 years, right? Hair is like 6 weeks, lungs 6 months, and every organ, skin, the corner of your eyes, like a couple days, mouth, I think palate, your digestive, in your mouth, it takes about a day. So whatever you're doing right now, that's what's going to become of us in years to come. So we start doing the cleanse at least once a year. It's a good practice to adhere. And anything else that you guys want to add, Teddy, Christina, about the challenge?
I've done it several times already, just like you mentioned before. And I, again, contributed to just my vitality. Again, I'm doing circles around people my age group, and I owe it to following all those steps of the wellness pyramid, starting with, nutrition, movement and metabolism, reducing toxicity, sleep, is definitely a huge thing. But yes, I love this. Can't wait to do it again, because it's been a while since I've done the cleanse and restore. So I'm looking forward to doing it again and sharing with everybody. So
I can't wait. So we start on April 1st. So April 1st is the official date. But if you watch this after and you're like, oh, it's April 1st already, no worries. Come on later. We had another group that joined us like 10 days later after the metabolic one, and you just end later. No problem. You get the same information. You're going to do the same, but you just end a little bit later. Okay. DJ, any questions, any comments? How do you feel about this cleanse?
Excited.
No, I'm excited to get started. Yeah. So this will be my first time doing the full run through. So I'm looking forward to giving you guys some feedback as the weeks go on.
And Gentry's doing it too. His wife is
Absolutely,
doing it
yep.
too. I thought that was so awesome. He's like, you know what? I think Gentry's gonna love this. I'm gonna get it one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah.
Go husband. I love it. Usually it's the woman, right, that makes the husband do it. That's Carla.
Yeah.
She shows up with, look, that's what you guys did
Yeah.
for the cleanse. She goes,
Yeah,
Tiago,
let's
I
do it.
got us a cleanse.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It does it. So yeah, it's amazing, guys. It's about the whole body. It's not just about drinking green juice. You're gonna feel amazing. Your brain's gonna feel amazing, and we're gonna take care of your first brain, which is your gut, which is amazing. So looking forward.
Awesome.
I love being on this type of cleanse and detox because I feel like my body vibrates.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever feel that? Like you're just so happy and healthy on that cellular level that you just like you're vibrating on this amazing level of health, and you have this great energy that's so natural, and it's fun to experience, and it's yeah, if you've never had that happen to you before, I highly recommend joining us because it's all
Yeah.
natural. It's nothing caffeine, it's not weird, it's this is all natural. I've tried to do this juice cleanse before. Then it was only like a week juice cleanse, but you're supposed to only be drinking juice, right? But then you'll be driving around during lunchtime and you'll smell all the smells. And that's hard, right?
It's
You
hard.
know, when you're like only drinking celery juice or spinach. Yeah. So, no, this is not deprivating your body of what it's asking for. It's giving your body back what it needs. And
Yeah.
then we it's in a communication. You listen to your body say, "Oh, I need water. Oh, I need this spinach." Like it's weird what your body will tell you, but if you listen to it, go for it and trust that your body knows what it needs and
Mhm.
I
support it.
know. Amazing.
Yeah, you brought up a point, Christina. When we do the work, we work together and we train each other, right? So there's this mentorship thing that happens, and I can tell when people are living the lifestyle and they're not living the lifestyle. I can tell. It's energetic. It's like vibrational. It's frequency. So I can tell. So before Susanna Maya, she'll be here with us at 2 o'clock. She used to say, "What do you do for energy? You have energy. You have so much energy. What do you do?" Right before she started working with us, and I was like, "This is what I do." So I gave her the list of the supplements and all this stuff. She goes, "Oh my God, that's crazy. You do all that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do all that." So she's like, "Ah, no, not for me." So talk to Susanna today. She's like, "I can't live without it. I can't." It was like a 180. So that is it. It worked. It's really amazing. All right. Thank you so much for your presence, for your time. Your most valuable asset is time. You can make time. So I really appreciate you being here with us. And we'll be back again next Monday for the start of the challenge. Aloha.
Cool.
Aloha.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.